Before I give you the final clue, we're going to have a chat now with Matt. Matt Hulland. I keep saying Matt Hulland, Hulland, as opposed to the footballer Matt Holland. But he was inspired when he went off travelling and is now in training to do the Three Peaks Challenge. There is some talk of maybe doing it without any clothes on. Talk about that in a minute or two, but Matt has managed to rope in 3 friends to raise money for a girls' school in Tanzania. And when he was travelling, or when he got back, he wrote a book about his travels titled How to Clean Your Underwear in Africa. A very good afternoon to you, Matt.
Hi, Leslie. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm fine, thank you. Sorry about telling everyone you are Hulland as opposed to a Holland. I don't know whether you support any Ipswich football, but just all Old Town supporters will automatically think I was going to be talking to Matt Holland, I think.
Yeah, I was hoping for a misprint when that story broke about him joining the club. But sadly, it never happened.
So just explain, because you went travelling and you visited this school, and that's how this has all come about.
Yeah, well, the school isn't built yet. I was doing some volunteer work in Iringa in Tanzania, and part of it was a project where they're trying to build a girls' school in a village called Itagutwa, which is about a 3-hour uncomfortable bus ride outside of the town. And basically, at the moment, the girls in the village have to walk about 12 miles to school every day, which means they're getting up about 3 a.m., not getting home till about 7, 8 p.m., but they're also expected to do all the housework and the chores. So the dropout rate from primary to secondary school is astonishing. There's very few girls actually make it into a secondary education. So the idea is to actually build a school closer in the village. It's kind of more of a community of villages to give all the girls a chance to actually get a proper education and, move on in life.
And I think you were just so amazed and impressed by, because people here, we sort of whinge about going to school, but the enthusiasm in places like that for schooling makes you sort of sit up and take notice, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, that's one of the major things that struck me, because I spent a few nights out in the village where there's no running water or no electricity, and you see a lot on TV, all these appeal programs, and it's all depression and tears and stuff. But once you've actually been there, you see it's not really like that so much. Okay, they don't have almost half, nothing like we have, but what they have, they make work, and they're happy. A lot of them are. The sense of community there is a lot more. It's something that we've definitely lost over here.
So tell me, what are you hoping to raise, and how will that help?
Well, originally it started just we wanted to raise £1,000 just to help build materials, fund some labour, because the hardest thing is getting the professional labour over there to do the technical bits of the building. So I spoke to some friends about doing it, and I don't even know how it came around. Someone said, what if we raised 10,000? And someone kind of said, well, we'll do it naked. And we all kind of looked at each other and, shall we? And it kind of went. And it's such an unreachable goal, to be honest, £10,000. So we all kind of felt quite comfortable saying that. And that's kind of become a bit of a slogan for us. But you never know. It just takes one person to get behind it who's got a lot of money, and then we've got quite an awkward decision to make. Except
that it's all a great cause, and because is this half the money that it would take to build the school?
Pretty much, yeah. They reckon £25,000 will finish off the whole project. It's already underway, so 10,000 will get it, a lot of the way there to being completed.
How did you manage to woo your friends in to do this?
To be honest, I think it was their idea. I'm quite upset about it, but I just went along with it.
Well, I don't mean the naked bit. I mean the actual Three Peaks Challenge bit, because it's you that saw the school, not them, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I'm lucky to have quite a good group of friends, and they're all quite fit, kind of guys anyway that want to go and do it. There's Matt, who works in Life Cycle UK out in Bilderston, and he's always trying to get as fit as possible. James, who I play hockey with for Berry Hockey, and then Chris, who I know through Matt, who's also kind of quite an outdoorsy kind of guy. So I'm kind of relying on, the reason I invite them, I'm relying on them to get me through the challenge. So they're there for my protection.
Have you done anything like this before?
Never, no. Suffolk's not really the place to train for a Three Peaks Challenge.
So how are you training, or are you training?
Well, I went for a run, but my knees started to hurt, so we'll see how it goes.
When are you doing it?
April the 4th is when we start. I've managed to rope my dad in as driver as well, so I'm not sure if he knows what he's got himself in for yet.
Yeah, because the idea is that you do 24 hours. Are you doing it just on your own, or is it part of an organised one, this?
We're going out on our own, just the 4 of us. We've registered with the actual company that you can register the challenge with. So it will all be officially recorded and the times will be official. And we'll see how it goes.
Can you plan the route? Can you choose which peaks you do in which order?
Yeah, they recommend you start at Ben Nevis and work your way down. So we're going to go with their recommendation. But it will mean we're probably going to be climbing Scarfell's Pike in the dark, so I'm not sure how that's going to go.
You need a torch.
Yeah,
a
or
head
3 or 4 of
torch
them.
or
A head torch.
Head torch.
Yeah,
I've got one you can borrow if you like.
Thank you. I might take you up on that.
So if you get enough money before you do it, then it'll be naked, will it?
Well, we said, more realistic, we also said if we raise £5,000, we'll do it in fancy dress. And so I've got a Facebook page, and we've got some options for fancy dress. I'm going to put it to the vote to see which is the preferred costume. We're thinking either the Village People was quite a popular one. So we'll do it dressed up as that. So
you could dance your way up and dance your way back down again.
I don't think there'll be any dancing on Snowdon by the third peak.
I reckon not after Ben Nevis and then so Ben Nevis, then Snowdon, then no, you must do Scarfell Pike and then Snowdon, don't you?
That's the way it goes.
Do it in that order as well. Well, go on.
It's great because we've got a couple of other people who've jumped on as well. I've also got a friend Paul who's decided to run the Rotterdam Marathon for us, and we've also doing a Zumba event in Bury as well. So we've got 2 Zumba teachers who are going to do a charity class on the 18th of March here in Bury St Edmunds. So if anyone wants to try Zumba, it's going to be free to come along to, but the team are going to be there kind of displaying their dubious dancing skills and collecting donations.
Well, I think it's brilliant. It's really taking off, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's bigger than I ever thought it would be, so fingers crossed the donations will start coming in and we'll get dressed up or undressed, depending which way it goes.
Tell me about your book.
Well, the book is How to Clean Your Underwear in Africa. It's just basically a travel diary that I kept whilst I was out there, but I've turned it into a travel advice book. So it kind of just, at the end of each chapter, I just kind of list what I learned along the way. And hopefully, even if you get 2 or 3 tips out of it, it'll be worth buying. It's on Amazon at the moment. It's about £2.50, but all of the money that it raises will go into a separate kind of fund that I hope to use to actually pay for some of the kids to go to school in Tanzania. It takes about £50 to send a kid to school for a year, which isn't much. So every 25 to 30 books sold, hopefully I can put a kid through into education.
It really has hooked you in, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. It just takes it's so little needed over here to make a difference. It's just phenomenal. So
I know in your notes you say the cost of a latte here goes so far there.
Yeah, two lattes is the equivalent of 5 days' labour.
It's amazing, isn't it? It is amazing. Are you planning to go back out there?
Well, I'm hoping to. I'm planning to go travelling again in the summer with my girlfriend, and I'm hoping to maybe call in at Tanzania for a few weeks before we head on to Asia and start the whole thing again.
Well, perhaps you'll come and sit on the sofa and have a longer chat. Tell us about the book and some of your travels after you've done the 3 peaks.
Yeah, it'd be fantastic. I'll get the team along and we'll sit down and have a chat.
Yeah, and we can make you a cup of tea.
Much needed, I'm sure.
You're allowed to keep your clothes on as well.
Thank you.
Good luck, Matt. Did you say there's a website? What's the best thing? Where's the best place for people to have a look and try and sort out how to help you out?
Okay, well, we've got 2. We've got the website and we've got the Facebook page. The website is really simple. It's just www.matthulland.com. So just my name. It's MATTHULLAND.com. From there, you can see everything we're doing. You can see about the marathon, the Zumba night, the 3 peaks, and you can make donations there. But there's also a Facebook page, which is just facebook.com/Itagutwa, which is